Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and all manner of skin diseases, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure? Because the human body, the human biological system is always a healing system. It's always a regenerating system. It's designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is no miracle at all. It's just the way the body works. If you're dealing with a health challenge, a health crisis, if you're on prescription drugs and you want to get off your prescription drugs, if you want to help a loved one get off their meds or reverse their health challenges, we can help you. Our number is 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. Try to call in early. We'll get your calls here in our second segment, 844-236-6010. If you have a success story you'd like to share, or if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 844-236-6010 is our number today and every day on The Bright Side. If you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program or recommended on the program, you can go over to my website, brightsideben.com, and take a look at our shopping cart. You can also head over to criticalhealthnews.com or pharmacistben.com. You can purchase products directly off the website, or you can join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a longevity business and earn thank you checks associated with helping spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. You can also, of course, get your products at the wholesale price or right off your home office, right off your mileage, right off your gas, right off your stamps. It's a tax write-off. Having your own business for a one-time $10 fee. Where can you get a business for a one-time $10 fee, especially a business that allow you to help spread the word about how important a good nutritional supplement program can be? You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team, 866-735-2470 is their number. Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side. We've been talking fats and fatty acids for a couple of days now in the world of nutrition. There are few subjects that are the source of more confusion. Good fats, bad fats, short fats, long fats, medium fats, saturated fats, unsaturated fats, trans fats, hydrogenated fats, eat fats, don't eat fats. There's all kinds of information. There's all kinds of misinformation. There's all kinds of disinformation surrounding what is the most powerful, at least from an energy sense, the most powerful nutritional component in food. From an energy standpoint, fats are the most powerful source of energy found in foods. They're sunlight. They're trapped sunlight. And whether you're talking animal fats or plant fats, it represents a storage form of photonic solar energy, of sunlight energy that's stored in a form for the plant. The plant stores the sunlight energy in fat. Plants turn the sun into sugar. That itself is a astounding, unbelievable miracle that occurs routinely on planet Earth. The sun, plants capture sunlight energy, and somehow or another they turn it into sugar. Plants turn the sun into sugar. That is unbelievable. Sunlight gets turned into physical matter via this ridiculously complex and fascinating chemical reaction called photosynthesis. The sun is turned into sugar, and then that sugar is turned into fat. So ultimately, when we eat fat, we're eating trapped sunlight. sunlight energy. And there's all kinds of fats, certainly, but you got to make sure you're getting enough fat. I think it's just crazy to stay away from oils and to stay away from fats because you're afraid of the oxidative byproducts, and there are some, because remember, fats are high energy. So if something's high energy, it's going to be unstable. Yes, fats are unstable, but the fact that they're such rich sources of energy, and the fact that there's all kinds of nutrients, fatty vitamins, for example, that are associated with fats that are found in plants, it seems kind of silly to me to throw out the baby with the bathwater and not use oils and not use fats carefully and strategically. Because of their instability, you got to use them carefully and strategically, but in my opinion anyway, you do want to use them. Fats that we call dietary fats are technically called triglycerides. There's 3 of them, as we've been saying, 3 main triglycerides, and they are distinguished by their sizes, large, medium, and small. The small ones play a significant role in the health of the intestine and ultimately in the health of the whole body. They're called short-chain fatty acids. You don't hear a lot about them, but I predict you will be hearing more and more about them because of their incredibly important chemical signaling relevance. They tell the brain things. They talk to the brain. The digestive system is the body's master system, and everything in the digestive system is ultimately going to have an effect on the whole body. And these short-chain fatty acids, as mysterious as they are, they're also, by the way, called volatile fatty acids because they're so insubstantial and they evaporate quickly. Even though most healthcare professionals don't know a lot about these short-chain fatty acids, you don't hear a lot of them talking about SCFAs, or volatile fatty acids. They play an unbelievably important role in biochemistry and ultimately in our health. There's so many roles and relevant places, relevant concepts where these short-chain fatty acids play a role in our health. It's hard to know where to begin. But we'll begin at the beginning. We'll tell you where you get them. Short-chain fatty acids come in through the diet. We eat them. They come in from butter especially. That's the most important source of short-chain fatty acids. Vinegar, fermented foods are also good sources of short-chain fatty acids. Short-chain fatty acids are also made in the body. They're made in the large intestine by the action of probiotics upon fiber, especially a type of fiber called resistant fiber, or some people call it resistant starch. And like short-chain fatty acids, you don't hear a lot about resistant starch or resistant fiber. Resistant starch is found in potatoes, legumes, peas, nuts, beans. Bananas are also a source of resistant starch. Resistant starch is a type of prebiotic. Some of you guys have heard of that term, prebiotic. A prebiotic, as opposed to a probiotic, is a substance that bacteria can feed on to proliferate and to enhance their activity. A prebiotic can be thought of as food for bacteria. So you got probiotics, those are the bacteria, and then you have prebiotics, and prebiotics is like food for the bacteria, nourishment for the bacteria. And resistant starch, so named because it resists digestion. It travels through the small intestine and goes into the large intestine, and then bacteria can feed on it. It's food for these bacteria. They feed on it, and then guess what? They produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs. So you can get SCFAs by eating butter. By the way, did you guys catch the news from government authorities now say you should be eating more saturated fats, not as bad as we thought it was? Well, hello. We've been saying this on the bright side, and Dr. Wallach has been talking about this for decades. Eat butter. Butter is awesome stuff. Aside from the fact that it's a great source of minerals, it's a great source of short-chain fatty acids. So anyway, we can get our short-chain fatty acids by eating butter, from vinegar, fermented foods, and also by eating resistant starch, potatoes and bananas and beans and legumes. These are all great sources of resistant starch. You eat the resistant starch, it makes its way into the large intestine, and then bacteria feed on it and release their SCFAs as a byproduct. These short-chain fatty acids, once they're made in the large intestine, they can enter into the blood, and this is really where they have some stupendously important benefits, especially for the brain. SCFAs in the intestine actually have dramatic effects on the brain. The fact that they can get in through the blood and they can enter into the brain makes them ideal signaling molecules telling the brain what's happening in the intestine. It's like they're communicating molecules. They tell the intestine, they tell the brain what's going on in the digestive system. That is so important. You know, it kind of is counterintuitive how the intestine would be related to the brain. The intestine seems so far away from the brain, but via this link, via this bridge, short chain fatty acids can communicate, can allow the large intestine and the digestive system in general to tell the brain what's happening. And this has a lot of implications when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to brain health, when it comes to autism and schizophrenia and other mental health issues. I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Our number is 844.
Making the right decisions is a challenge to investors. Are we going to see economic growth, slide into a recession, or at worst, depression? Hi, Ted Anderson from Midas Resources. We all know when a company acts irresponsibly, divesting ourselves in a move towards safety is prudent. When the market becomes volatile, U.S. Treasuries are a safe haven. But what do you do when the U.S. government overextends itself and spends beyond its means? Many investors are turning toward gold as a common-sense alternative to traditional paper investments. Midas Resources has put together a powerful book titled 10 Reasons to Own Gold, discussing costs, benefits, risks, featuring full-color illustrations, weights, and measures. The book is free and can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. Paper investments are dwarfed by gold's 6,000-year history. Discover how gold may be right for you and your IRA by calling 800-686-2237. Whether buying or it's time for you to sell, the book is free. Call 800-686-2237.
You have all seen and heard about the elements of the periodic table. These elements are the building blocks of everything in the universe. You, my friends, are made from these elements. A shortage of any of these important trace elements can lead to disease. Go with the science and take the Lady Talk Health Challenge and get all 90 essential trace elements with a healthy start pack at LadyTalkLive.com. Or call 855-333-LADY. That's 855-333-5239.
Research shows it's not just what you put in your body that counts, it's what you put on it as well. Why not use an all-natural, healthy mineral-based makeup that actually benefits your skin? Once you experience the airiness and flawless coverage of Longevity mineral makeup, you will never use anything else. With Longevity, the perception of your complexion will be natural perfection. Animal-friendly mineral makeup at Mary Lou Health. That's MARILU Health.com. Or call 855-321-HEALTH.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins. But did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know BidBit.co. Why? Because BidBit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at BidBit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at BidBit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co. BidBit.co.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll get to your calls here. Just a couple of minutes. Trying to get to calls a little earlier so we can squeeze in as many as possible. If you have been left on hold in the past, tell our call screener, and we'll get you first up at 844-236-6010. If you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program or joining the Brightside Ben team, please call 866-735-2470. Tell them you want to join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a business and help spread the word about how important and powerful a good nutritional supplement program can be. For you guys living in the Colorado area, I will be doing a Super Saturday talk for my friends Tom and Denise and Marianne in Longmont, Colorado. Go to mastersoфenrollment.com. And you'll get information on that. It's Super Saturday in Longmont, Colorado. This Saturday, March the 7th, I'll be on. I'll be on around 12 o'clock. It's a whole morning of information about the business and about the longevity products. And I'll be doing a talk starting at noon on the simplicity and the ease of good health, and also the simplicity and ease of incorporating the longevity products into your lifestyle and into your daily ritual, your daily nutritional program for good health. We'll talk about that this Saturday, March the 7th in Longmont, Colorado. Okay, let's see here. Short-chain fatty acids. Love these things. There's three main ones found in foods: vinegar, fermented foods, butter, and then they're also made in the large intestine by the activity of bacteria on something called, on all fiber really, but especially on a specific kind of fiber called resistant fiber or resistant starch. Resistant starch, resistant fiber act as prebiotics, food that is for probiotics. And once the short-chain fatty acids are made in the intestine, they readily enter into the blood. They're volatile. They're small. They can make their way into the blood, and then they can make their way into the brain, and that makes them perfect signaling molecules to communicate to the brain, to tell the brain what's going on in the large intestine. SCFAs, short-chain fatty acids, have an appetite suppressant effect. They turn off the appetite. So once these SCFAs are made in the large intestine, they can communicate to the brain and say, hey, we got enough food, we got enough stuff down here, we got enough work to do. Let's turn off the appetite. Remember, we eat from the brain. Our brain has an appetite center, an appetite signaling center, and an appetite shutoff center. Well, short-chain fatty acids derived from fiber, derived from butter, derived from probiotics, and from fermented foods turn off the appetite. So you got a fat that turns off the appetite, a fat that suppresses the appetite, a fat that helps you lose weight. How do you like that? You got a fat that you can eat that tastes great, for example, butter, that'll help you lose weight and turn off your appetite. You can eat butter to turn off your appetite. That is so cool. And that really underscores or highlights the craziness and the misunderstandings around fat, the idea of signaling and chemistry and the biologic activity, the actual chemistry activity of fat. You know, we think of fat as being inert, just the stuff that makes you fat, the stuff that just sits there. And the fact that fats, short-chain fats anyway, have a signaling and chemistry and biological activity is why this dietitian and medical nonsense of avoiding all fat is really bad science and bad health advice. There isn't just one type of fat, first of all. And in the case of these short fats, and also as it turns out in medium fats, you have fatty molecules that are anti-fat. Fatty molecules have anti-fat storage benefits. And then you have the whole brain activity element. When a dietitian tells you not to eat fat, they're missing the fact that these short-chain fatty acids, at least, have a brain effect, a calming effect on the brain. They can calm down the chaotic energy that's associated with convulsions, for example. Short-chain fatty acids can have anti-seizure benefits, anti-convulsant benefits, relaxing benefits. There's actually a short-chain fatty acid derivative that some of you guys have heard of called GABA, G-A-B-A. GABA stands for gamma-amino, G-A, butyric acid. B-A is fat. It's a fatty acid. It's a short-chain fatty acid. GABA is a derivative of short-chain fatty acids. And if you've ever used GABA for relaxing, for sleep, for its anti-epilepsy properties, you have used a short-chain fatty acid derivative. And GABA is made in the brain anyway. It's made in the brain as a calming element. It actually is what's known as an inhibitory neurotransmitter. It inhibits things. It slows things down. It opposes excitotoxins. Yes, via this GABA effect, short-chain fatty acids actually can protect you from excitotoxins that are found in processed foods. The relaxant effect of SCFAs also has a role to play in fasting and the benefits of fasting. This is really important. When we fast, butyric acid levels go up. Fasting, in fact, this is I just read this a couple of days ago. The headline: We've discovered the benefits of we've discovered why fasting has anti-inflammatory effects. We've discovered why. This is what the headline said. I forgot where what journal this was written in. Anyway, they were all excited. They discovered why fasting has anti-inflammatory benefits, why fasting has anti-pain benefits. They said, we discovered the molecule that's associated or that's responsible for the benefits of fasting, the anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving benefits of fasting. Guess what the molecule was? Butyric acid, short-chain fatty acid. Yes, short-chain fatty acids are why fasting can improve the symptoms of inflammation and the symptoms of pain. When I talk about fasting, when I talk about the importance of food and diet, this is not some crazy, flaky Boulder, Colorado hippie talk. This is biochemistry. We fast, we upregulate short-chain fatty acids. Short-chain fatty acids improve anti-inflammatory, improve inflammation, and improve pain. Short-chain fatty acids also can be used as a nice, slow-burning source of energy. And this is why fasting can be so beneficial. And this is also the short-chain fatty acid relationship to the brain is also why foods, probiotics, resistant fiber, prebiotics, can be very helpful for schizophrenia and for autism and for mental health issues. Short-chain fatty acids represent the connection between the gut and the brain, the so-called gut-brain axis. They are the bridge. Via this short-chain fatty acid mechanism, the somewhat counterintuitive notion that what we eat affects our brain can be explained. It seems counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense. Why would the intestine be related to my brain? The intestine is located about as far away from your brain as you can get in the body. Yet via this short-chain fatty acid mechanism, we now have the bridge, the molecular bridge, the scientific connection between what we eat and how we think. All right, got lots more to say about short-chain fatty acids. On our next program, I'll tell you about a short-chain fatty acid that's in your kitchen cabinet more than likely, and it's something we talk about all the time on this program, but we never really talk about it as a short-chain fatty acid. I'll tell you about that on our next Brightside episode. Time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let us welcome Gina from Oregon to the Brightside. Good morning, Gina. What's up?
Hey, good morning, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. Long time no talk to, Gina. How you doing?
I know.
Happy New Year. I haven't talked to you since
before.
It's already March, but whatever. I haven't talked to you since November.
I know.
What's going on?
I have a lot of questions I want to ask you, but I'm not going to ask today. So I just want to pass two messages through your program to you and to your audiences.
Okay.
So first thing, I just want to say, I want to use myself as an example.
I need you. I'm sorry, Gina. Hang on. I want to hear what you have to say. Don't go away, all right? We got to take a break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We're coming back with more of your phone calls and more good health information right after this. Don't go away.
Complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866. This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates. 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. Gina, continue, my dear. What's going on?
I just want to say something to reinforce, what you've been talking about in your program. And I realize there's still some, audiences of yours, they're still skeptical about, what you've been talking about. So I just want to say, I want to use myself as an example. I've known band for since 2009, and I learned a great deal about nutrition and biochemistry from him. So I just want I just want the audiences realize realize that, the power of the nutrition. So if you still don't believe it, cross-check and, cross-check his talk, his work, and also, do it for yourself. Do the experiment on your own, see how you feel in a couple of days,
That's right.
For myself, 7 years, I haven't been sick. I haven't seen doctor one time, not even one time.
In 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
Not even a cold?
No, nothing. People
That's
around
awesome.
me in the office, in the lab, they cough, they get really sick, they say, back off, I'm really sick, I don't want to get you sick. I'm like, no, I'm not worried.
That's awesome, Gina. Thank you so much. And you're a scientist too, aren't you?
I'm a scholar, I guess. I'm an engineer.
You're a scholar?
Basically.
You're an engineer,
I'm
okay.
An engineer and esthetician.
And an esthetician too?
Yeah, remember I met you in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I know who you are. I forgot you're an esthetician and an engineer. That's a really cool combination. I like that. So, but you appreciate the scientific method, though. You appreciate the idea of hypothesizing and testing and going by the science and going by the research and then testing things yourself.
It's just common sense. It's just common sense. I don't understand why the general public, won't use their common sense to think about the whole deal. In our food industry, in our, at the medical system. I just don't understand that. So I try to help others,
Thank you for your testimonial. And you're doing longevity products as well, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, I use mine, and I can give you some other testimony later on, and
you're awesome.
by using longevity
the BTT
product.
Yeah, well, you call,
I
want to get. I got a whole bunch of calls here I want to get to, but I appreciate if you call us back periodically and just let us know how you're doing.
But one more thing, it's really important. I want to pass this message. There's a guy yesterday. He's concerned about the vaccination, mandatory vaccination.
Yeah.
If people out there they're worried about that, please go to the website. It's called petitions.whitehouse.gov. There's a petition going on. The deadline is on the 6th of this month, and you can go in there and then click on view petition and search for something called prohibit any laws mandating the force and requirement of vaccination of any kind.
What's the website? Give the website one more time.
The website is called petitions.whitehouse.gov.
Petitions.whitehouse.gov.
Yeah, once you get into the page, you can go and click on the view petition and then search for the title related to the vaccination, and then sign the petition. So far at this moment, it has more than 100,000 people signing already.
My. People don't like having stuff injected in them, being forced to have stuff
injected. I don't want a neurotoxin, all those chemical into my body. So that's why I just want to pass this message through your program to your audiences.
I appreciate it, Gina, and I also appreciate the kind words. Please stay in touch. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. God bless. Okay, that was awesome. Okay, Lucy in Texas, what's going on? Welcome to the bright side.
Yes, I'm calling in because my brother had started with a sinus infection, and then he slowly started losing his use of his muscles, and to where he can't raise his arms, move his legs, walk. His speech is slurred, his eyes.
He's got an issue here. How old's your brother?
He's 53, and they think they are now reducing it down to Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Guillain-Barré, did you say?
Well,
that's just a name. That's just a stupid way of approaching health. It's just a name. There's no such thing as Guillain-Barré syndrome. Guillain-Barré syndrome is a bunch of different things that were discovered, that come together, that were discovered by a guy named Guillain-Barré. It's a nerve muscle issue, period, and involves autoimmunity. Did they tell him about the autoimmune component, by the way?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
They've been doing CAT scans, and I guess the last thing they did was, the chest and the back CAT scans to see if the nerves are kind of inflamed going out from the spinal cord.
Okay, here's the deal. With Guillain-Barré or multiple sclerosis or polio or whatever, you got a nerve problem, you got a muscle problem, the body, and Guillain-Barré in particular, the body's attacking the nerves and the muscles. But that really, as far as reversing this thing goes, diagnosis is irrelevant. That's what we were saying yesterday. Your diagnosis doesn't matter except for the insurance company and except to bill you. Here's the deal. If you have a nerve and muscle problem, it involves inflammation of said nerves and muscles. So far, so good?
Yes.
Okay. Inflammation is a sign that the body's defense system has been activated. The defense system is called the immune system. So inflammation equals immunity. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Work with me here because I'm going to do this systematically, step by step, so you can see how to approach this thing from a reversal standpoint. You've got a nerve and muscle issue that involves inflammation, that involves the immune system. The immune system is the defense system. So we've got a defensive response problem here. Okay, Lucy?
Calling an autoimmune, I guess, is what they're trying to.
Autoimmune just means that you don't go get confused with that. All it means is that the immune system is activated. Autoimmune just means it's turning on itself, but that's not relevant for reversing this thing yet. We just want to understand that if you have a nerve and pain, a nerve and muscle issue, it involves inflammation, which involves immunity, which involves defense. So we've got a defensive response. Whenever there's a defensive response, the logical thing to ask is, what is the offending agent, period. Once you eliminate the offending agent, there isn't going to be a defensive response. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is how simple it is. I can hear the silence. I hear you thinking and the gears turning. Okay, I'm not psychic, Ben. I'm pharmacist, Ben. But I can see the gears turning in your brain. All right? You got to defend, because it's too easy. It seems like it's crazy. Why wouldn't the doctors know this? I don't know why they don't know this. Because sometimes people are so smart, they're stupid. But if you have an immune response and a defensive response, the only thing you need to know is, what is the offending agent? And I'm still working with you here, but I want to make sure you understand this step by step. All right? Are we good so far, Lucy?
Okay. So the offending agent means that we're dealing.
Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead, Lucy. Let me take you there. Okay? I just want to make sure you understand so far. All right? We've got a defensive response. That means we have an offending agent. Correct?
Okay.
Okay. So all we need to know is, what's the offending agent? Well, how can offending agents? Offending. Offense. You got offense and defense. You got a defensive response. So what that means is we have an offending agent, right? If you have a defensive response, something must be offending the body. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a defensive response. So the only thing we need to know is, how is this offending agent getting into the body, and let's stop it from getting into the body. All right, so how can offending agents get into the body? And by the way, when I say the body, I mean the blood. That's really what the body is about, the blood. So something's getting into the... What's that?
Auto intoxication, I guess.
Well, don't get all sciencey on me here, okay? We'll get into auto intoxication here in a minute, but I want you to work with me. Something is getting into the blood inappropriately. Now, there's 3 ways things can get into the blood, okay? They can get injected through the blood, and we just talked about vaccines, and that's one of the big problems with vaccines, is we're sticking stuff right into the blood. But unless your brother is an IV drug user, or vaccinations have been associated with Guillain-Barré syndrome.
He's not a vaccine. He does not take vaccines, and as a matter of fact, had encephalitis.
Hang on, Lucy. I got to take a break, but I want you to understand that there's only 3 ways things get into the blood, and the first way, we're going to eliminate that because he's not using IV drugs. Hang on, we got to take a break. We'll finish up when we come back. And this is more than just for Lucy. This is for everybody dealing with an autoimmune or an immune problem. I'm pharmacist Ben.
Hi, Coast to Coast listeners. I'm Kay Zwirling from KSCO Radio in Santa Cruz. I'm 93 years old, and I'm a big fan of George Norrie because his topics and guests are fascinating and really get you thinking. George is just as bothered as I am by all the advertising you hear for toxic prescription drugs that make you sicker, not healthy. I prefer to give my body all 90 essential nutrients it needs for life, to prevent disease, not compound it. My favorite complete supplement is Beyond Tangy Tangerine from Longevity, which I take every day along with EFA Plus and Beyond OsteoFX, which together are called the Healthy Start Pack. I recommend you go online to criticalhealthnews.com to purchase these products. That's criticalhealthnews.com or call 855-949-RADIO.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
Improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Positive results from satisfied customers of Heart and Body Extract continue to pour into our website, hbextract.com.
This is Al from New Jersey. One day I saw your ad for Heart and Body Extract, and it mentioned that it would help me with angina, so I decided to order. I figure I had nothing to lose.
Heart and Body Extract supplies your body with everything it needs to balance itself and maintain optimal heart and circulatory health with no negative side effects.
I took the formula 3 times a day as directed, and I kid you not, within 4 days my angina pain was completely gone.
Order HB Extract by calling 866-295-5305 or online at hbextract.com. That's 866-295-5305 or hbextract.com.
I could not believe it actually stopped the pain. Heart and Body Extract actually works. This is just an amazing product. Even the numbness in my hands is completely gone.
Heart and Body Extract for a long and healthy life.
It's time to build your own emergency food stockpile with the industry leader, My Patriot Supply. Once you try them, you'll know why so many Americans like you have made them part of their emergency preparedness plan. Experience the My Patriot Supply difference today with this unbelievable offer. Right now, a 4-week food supply is only $99, and that includes free shipping. That's 50% off the online price. Call 800-274-3070 to claim yours. Limit 2 per caller while supplies last. This offer isn't available online, so you want to make sure and grab this opportunity to get prepared today. 800-274-3070 to get your 4-week food supply for the incredible price of only $99, and it'll be shipped to you completely free. Call 800-274-3070 right now. That's 800-274-3070 to claim yours while supplies last. Don't wait. Call today.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
Okay, we're back on the bright side, and we're talking to Lucy in Texas, but we're talking to everybody out there who's got some kind of inflammatory or immune or muscle or nerve condition, and that's a lot, or autoimmune condition, that's a lot of people. So anybody who's dealing with these kinds of issues, please listen up, because when I'm talking to Lucy, but this applies across the board, and this is so important. We touched on this yesterday. The body falls apart generically. We all fall apart the same way. And while it may seem that Guillain-Barré and neuropathies and muscle and nerve issues are unique and personal, Lucy, to your brother, they're not. They're a generic way that the body falls apart. And it all involves inflammation, which means immunity, which means defense, which then requires that we find the offending agent. Are you with me, Lucy? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. There's only 3, and by offending agent, I mean getting into the blood. This is where the problem all lies, into the blood. Right. Once something gets into the blood, it circulates around, and any disaster is possible. Health disaster is possible. So how do things get into the blood? Well, you can inject them through the skin, or if you have a burn, perhaps they can get in through the skin. This is the problem with vaccines, as I was saying. But you said your brother's not an IV drug user. He's not sticking a needle into his arm or into his body and getting things. No vaccine, so we can eliminate that. The next point of entry is through the nose. Now, occasionally this will happen, but rarely. There are cases, obviously, where this can occur. You can breathe in, chemical gases and chemical warfare. Military folks breathe in Agent Orange and they get cancer.
Can I interrupt for a second and ask you something?
Real quickly.
Okay, he was redoing his bathroom and he ran
That could be. That could be, but that's very unlikely because it only happens occasionally. It's not long term. There's a third point of entry into the blood, all right? This third point of entry actually is where most of your defenses are located. This third point of entry is where most of us interface into the blood on a daily, if not hourly basis. Where am I talking about, Lucy? The third point of entry. The gut. Exactly. I'm not a food Nazi. I'm not a flake from Boulder who just talks about food and the diet all the time. I'm just telling you logic. And I know I can talk. I talk to people every day, Lucy. I talked to a gal a couple days ago, and I can hear the silence on the other end of the line when I talk about the food and the gut. And I can tell that they're thinking that I'm some kind of flake. It's chemistry. It's how the body is structured. Your immune system, your defense system is located in the gut. Largely. There's a little bit in the skin, there's some in the blood, but for the most part, it's the gut. That means for the most part, 80% of the time, immunity equals digestion. Inflammation equals digestion. Autoimmunity equals digestion. Guillain-Barré equals digestion. Lucy, he's your brother. You love him. You've been with him for 50 plus years. You have to know that there's some kind of digestive issue. Food intolerance, long-term constipation, long-term bowel problems. By the time Guillain-Barré shows up, it's long-term. By the time neuropathy shows up, the digestive crisis has been going on for decades. Am I making sense, Lucy? You hear me so far?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, here's why it's problematic and why it's so important. Number one, it's going to get worse. And number two, he has control over it, not his doctor, not the medical model. Lucy, your brother can go to the doctor till the day he dies, every day till the day he dies, and they will do nothing for him. Zippo, nada, except take his money, dose him with prednisone, and if they have to, they'll carve him up like a Christmas turkey, and nothing will help him. But it doesn't matter because he can help himself. How?
Even in the hospital. I mean, they're in the hospital, so now they're under his.
Well, in the hospital, he belongs to them. He is theirs in the hospital. So in the hospital, I can't help you unless you want to sneak around. In the hospital, you belong to the doctor. You belong to the medical model. You belong to Kaiser. They own you in the hospital. You probably signed documents to that effect. I can't help you there. But for everybody listening, or if your brother gets out of the hospital, number one, it's so simple. And I know it's too simple. Sometimes too simple is somehow by implication is not going to be effective, but it is. We want to keep this thing simple on all levels, and the first thing your brother has to do is a food diary. We need data. We need to know what he's responding to. And this is when he gets out of the hospital, obviously. Write everything down, everything he eats down in a notebook and how he responds 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours later. And by respond, I mean bowel movements, gas, bloating, discomfort, digestive symptomology. And then link digestive symptoms to food. Then he's going to start to eliminate those foods. If he wants quick relief, he can fast for 2 days. Quick, instant relief for Guillain-Barré, for MS, for any autoimmune issues. Quick, instant relief by not eating. Now, I know that sounds ridiculously simple, but that's how it works. There's no offending age.
Do you think that we should tell him not to be eating any of the food in the hospital? And just
I can't help you in the hospital. In the hospital, he belongs to them. And there's no way to know. They're drugging him up, and his body is being compromised, and I can't help you in the hospital. I'm talking about when he gets out, or for anybody else listening who's not in the hospital. Eliminate problem foods, number one. Even if he fasts, he'll notice instant relief. Obviously, he has to eat eventually, but if he fasts for a couple days, he'll notice instant relief. Then you start focusing on digestive support. Probiotics are not optional for your brother. Buy them for him. Spend the $50 or $60. It's the greatest gift you'll give him. And don't skimp on him either. Have him do 3 or 4 in the morning and 3 or 4 at night. Make him kimchi or make sauerkraut or miso or tempeh fermented foods. It'll make a world of difference. And we'll talk about the immune system and the inflammatory system tomorrow as it regards probiotics and short-chain fatty acids. Then you're going to want to start using liquid nutrition, soups and vegetable juices, especially those nitrate juices that we've been talking about in the past. Get him a Vitamix, or you get a Vitamix. Make him fresh vegetable juices every day. Every day. Bring him to the hospital. Even the doctors aren't going to mind that. Celery juice and cucumber juice and beet juice, and mix it all up together and be creative. Then you're going to want to use some miscellaneous digestive support. Glutamine powder is powerful for the immune system and also powerful for the digestive system. Get the powder. Don't waste your money on the capsules or pills. Half a teaspoonful in water every day. If he can do whey protein, that will help. Get him on the Beyond Organic products, the Amasai and the Suero V. Very important for gut health. You see what we're doing here? We're focusing on the gut. There's so many more things to do. Last thing, cartilaginous and mucilaginous substances. That is cartilage and also stuff, plant material that's gummy and gooey, like algae and seaweeds. These have an ability to coat the digestive tract. Noni and cactus, they'll all coat the digestive tract and speed healing. You're focusing on the digestive system and then the immune system, and for quick relief, as I say. Aloe vera is great. Yes, aloe vera juice, fresh aloe vera ground up, anything with aloe vera or noni. You know what a succulent plant is? You ever heard that term, succulents?
Yes.
A succulent plant is a plant that holds on to water via its gummy material, its gooey material, slimy material. That gooey, slimy, watery material coats the digestive system and has tremendous soothing and healing properties. It's also important for the blood and the immune system. Focused digestive system, that's the most important thing you can do. And I got to let you go, Lucy. I got a bunch of people to talk to in only a couple minutes. God bless you. Good luck with everything. Okay, let's move on to... Let's go to Carl, the Truth Raider. What's up, Carl? Got about a minute. Can you go quick? I want to squeeze in a couple more calls, Carl.
Good morning, Farmers with Ben. As you can tell, I'm still rolling in the deep, making that metamorphic transition into becoming a radio personality.
You're Mr. Personality, radio or not, you're Mr. Personality.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen out there, if you're still struggling with having to have some type of fast food every once in a while and it's difficult to give it up, try Taco Bell's Fresco menu. It has the least amount of genetically modified organisms, preservatives, and other chemicals contained in it.
I don't know if I could support Taco Bell for anything they do, but we'll take your word for it, Carl. I'm gonna move on here, brother. Thank you for your call. Stay in touch with me, okay, Carl? Take care. Leo, what's going on? Got about a minute. Leo in Oregon.
Hey, Ben, what's up over there in Colorado, man?
Snowy, cold day in Colorado today.
Yeah, okay, well, it's cold over here, but no snow, man. Last time I called in, I mentioned some of the principles of naturalists. I wanted to repeat those, but in the sake of time, I know you have other people on the line. All I'm going to do is let people know, especially your Oregon listeners, that there is a Senate Bill 442 that's being introduced to the Senate here in Oregon that has to do with mandatory vaccinations. And you can contact your senators. It's scheduled for a hearing next Monday on the 9th. And you can find out more about it on vaccineimpact.com. Vaccineimpact.com has a really good article concerning that, and there's several doctors that you can reach out to. But I would urge your listeners especially your Oregon listeners, to contact their senators and their representatives here in Oregon and let them know that this tyranny will not be tolerated.
Thank you, Leo. Appreciate it. Appreciate your good work. Keep up the good work. Give your radio show plug real quick.
My radio show is worldgonecrazy.net. Worldgonecrazy.net.
Awesome.
Let me squeeze in one more thing.
Real quick, buddy.
You talk about energy a whole lot on your show, and I wanted to illustrate something.
We only got about 10 seconds, bro.
If I sit down and I eat steak and potatoes, it stays in my stomach for 8 hours. If I have the steak with a salad, it only stays in my stomach for about 4 hours. Look at all the energy I save. And look at where else my
Leo, that's it. We're out of time. Call me tomorrow. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening, friends. We'll talk to you all later. Have a wonderful, spectacular day. Take care, folks. Bye for now.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610.